Indicators here. All right, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to pass a $50,000 funded account challenge. Okay, so to do so, we need to do about $3,000 in profit. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be trading a little heavier, and I'm going to be doing some advanced trades because I just want to pass this thing in one day. All right, so I'm going to get into two minis, and I'll explain why I'm in these trades as we go through. Let me get rid of my drawings here. All right. So if you have the Maverick indicators, you're going to know that I normally say we stay out of gray candles, but this is definitely a reversal candle. And I'll tell you guys why and all this other stuff. So, but we're going to use our Maverick indicators to pass this challenge. Again, we only need to do $3,000 in profit today to gain ourselves $50,000 in funding. Okay. And you want to get to the funded part ASAP because we can't make money. Because we can't make money just trading an eval account, right? We gotta actually get funded. Okay. So why are we in this trade? First things first. You're in between these two zones here. Maverick zones is drawing your support and resistance zones. And we've been having a higher score up here. The Maverick zones gives you this score when you get up to the zone. So this has a 70% chance of holding. Here's what I'll tell you. Anything less than 90% is absolute fair game for breaking. Anything less than 90%, which you have a 64% score. All right. So we are turning over, had a beautiful buy signal off the open. This sucker pumped to all-time highs. This is all-time highs. This is the first time ES has ever been at this level in history. Okay. You have a Maverick zone that gets auto-drawn. Again, the Maverick zones auto-draws your support and resistance zones. And we had a pretty high score up here. Very high score, which told us that this was your strong zone. Let me get this over here. This was your strong zone. This is your weak zone. Okay. And price likes to move away from the stronger zone. Okay. Away from the stronger zone. Now I am going a little heavy here because again, we just want to pass this eval. I'm going to add another mini. And we got to do $3,000. Okay, we got to do $3,000. All 5 traders up here, T1 through T5, think of them as traders. This is the Maverick Multi-X. All 5 traders are bearish right now across your first 4 time frames. And they're starting to crack on time frame 5 and 6. So instead of having 6 charts on your screen and trying to read them all at once, why not have the Maverick Multi-X up here? 5 traders, all voting across 6 time frames, every single tick and telling you if they're bearish or bullish. Okay, now we got a red background, but we have to wait. We have to reserve judgment. I do nothing the first minute and last minute of a 5-minute turn. That's why this clock is red. First minute and last minute of a 5-minute turn, I sit on my hands. I believe there's tons of manipulation the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. So this is the Maverick atomic clock. It's in the toolkit with this drawing tool. We don't have any news. Let's see here, news. Yeah, we don't have any events today. So this is cool, the Maverick News indicator. You can turn on and turn off. That's going to be in the toolkit as well. So we don't have any news today, so that's pretty cool. Let's turn that off. And now we're below the Maverick guide. Remember, we like to go long when price is above this blue line right here. This blue line. And we like to go short when price is below it. Okay, let me get away from this pre-market chop. But here we go. I'll show you this. Okay. When price is below it, we go short. When price is above it, we go long. When price is below it, we go short. When price is above it, we go long. When price is below it, we go short. And then market's about to open here, so with no news. So yeah. All right, so we got gray reversal candles. So bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Your Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Let me find you some pink. Although this has just been a hot market. Here you go. This was, when was this? This is last night. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. Pink is your strongest downside data candle. Gray means indecision or reversal. Green is your second strongest upside data candle. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Okay. So, and you can see that here. When you have green and bright green candles, I don't care if it's 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. Woo, doggy. Look at this. Run up. Holy smokes. Just unbelievable. To the moon, right? To the moon. Okay, gray candles, we stay out of gray candles usually, unless we absolutely know they're reversal candles. Let me get rid of this. Reversal candles. See how you had all this bright green? You were flying up. Then you had gray reversal candles. Then you had red candles, your second strongest downside data candle. Okay, so this is powerful stuff here. Now again, this is 3 in the morning, so you're going to get way more chop than you normally do. All right, so here's what I would love to see. I'd love to see us break this zone right here. If we can break this zone, we can move on to the next zone, okay? But looks like we're getting a little retracement. That's okay. You've just had 1, 2, 3, 4 down candles in a row. 4 down candles in a row. You gotta expect retracement, okay? That's why I like to scale in. But again, all 5 traders are pretty much bearish across the first 4 time frames, okay? And we got to do 3 G's, 3 grand. Now, will we make it all on this one trade? No, probably not. I'm only in 3 minis. It would have to go pretty darn far down. We'd have to have quite the meltdown to do this in one trade. But do I want to pass this prop account challenge in one day? Yeah, absolutely. So probably what I'll do is if we hit $1,000, I'll close it out. And if we can do, 3 or 4 trades and just get our $3,000 to be done for the day and secure another $50,000 in funding, let's go, right? Let's go. Maverick zones, pretty low score. What I tell you guys, anything less than 90% is fair game for breaking. Okay, anything less than 90%, right now you got a 61. Okay, all right, but we're at the turn of the 5-minute candle. This is why I built this into the Maverick atomic clock, because I wanted to know when the 5-minute turn was. And when this timing is red, I'm sitting on my hands, okay? All right, so look, you got a buy signal here, but I don't take this into consideration yet. Why? Because you're at the turn of the 5-minute candle. There's so much manipulation that happens this first minute. Okay. All right, so can we hit a G? Can we hit $1,000? Okay, I'm ignoring this buy signal for the first minute and a half. I'm going to close it out if we get over $1,000. Down confidence arrow coming in and out. Going to get some retracement here. That's okay. Sellers are in here. Okay. So we're up over $1,200. I'm just going to close it out because we're coming up to two zones. When you see price coming down and you have a buy signal, what that's telling you is that there could be massive friction right here. Massive friction, because you're getting two divergent, like you have two different signals. Price is going down, but then you're getting information that, hey, you might want to think about buying. So I guess an easier way to say it is if you see a buy signal and you see price still coming down, and you see two zones stacked on top of each other, this is a defending level. So you just want to get out, okay? Defending level, all right? All right, so here's where we're at. We're at $1,200. So we just need about
$1,800
to hit our goal for the day and secure another $50,000 in funding. So I will come off the mic. We will wait for our next trade. All right, so let's jump into another trade here. We got an A+ setup on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar. We're now on CL. You can see up right here. Okay, I'm heavy. I just wanna. We need $1,800 more to get $50,000 in funding. Okay, we just did $1,200 in the previous trade, and now we just need another $1,800 to get us there, to get $50,000 in funding. Okay, so an eval is what, 30, 40 bucks or whatever. I'm gonna go heavier than I normally do so I can just move on to that funded phase, right? Okay. So why are we in this trade? How's the Maverick indicators helping me? All 5 traders are bullish. Okay, all 5 traders are bullish across 6 time frames. That's powerful. If I could put you in the room with 5 other traders who all have a completely different style, and they were telling you their vote across 6 time frames, and they all voted bullish right now, do you think they'd give you a little bit more confidence to the upside? We have bright green candles. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. You have an A+ setup to the upside on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar, that's going through your entire checklist of all your Maverick indicators and telling you, do you even have a setup? And if you do have a setup, is it to the upside or to the downside? Okay. Let's see here. Why else are we in this trade? Where's your strongest zone? Right here. Price a lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times it likes to move away from your strongest zone, which is right here, okay? Look at it pump up. Up confidence arrow, I love seeing that. Up confidence arrow, love seeing that. Bright green candles. Just need about $1,800 more. And we did $1,200 on the first trade. And this would be trade number 2. A+ setup. Whoops, I didn't have my pen on. A+ setup to the upside. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. The only concern I have when I do an eval and I trade heavier is that with micros, I could let it retrace down to here and then continue the upside and just never even get out of my position. With minis, I'm risking a lot more. So I don't have that luxury, right? Okay. Because we're just so heavy. Again, we don't want to be in the eval phase for 3 months. I just want to pass this eval in one day. Okay. Get my $50,000 in funding. And then now I'm trading, essentially real money. That's debatable if you're trading real money, but you're able to make money from your funded account. You're not able to make money from an eval account. You got to prove that you are a profitable trader, okay, to get funded. All right, boom, 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 push, push, push. Give me another push. Give me another push. There you go. All right, so I wasn't looking for a huge move. Now, can I continue in this? Yes. You got a 39 score here. Very weak zone. Where does price like to move? Away from here to here. All right, so let's see where we're at so far. How much more do we need? All right, so we need about $900 more. All right, so you guys know I sit in my hands the first minute and the last minute of a 5-minute turn. So I do nothing. So we need about $900 to pass this eval account. Okay, we've done 2 trades so far. First one did about 1,200. Second one did almost 1,000. I think I closed it out for like 980 or something. Let's see what ES is doing. Oh, ES is gonna dump. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Let me go here. Hang on 1 second, guys. If we can break this zone here. I'm ready to go short. Red candles, your second strongest downside data candle. Weak zone scores. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. But you can see this is a friction zone. Look at how many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles. These are 5-minute candles have tried to break this zone and they haven't been able to. So even though we have a weak score here, I don't want to get caught in friction, if you will. Okay? But I'm feeling pretty good about this guy. Let's see here if we can break. Yep. Okay. All right, so I'm in 3 contracts. All right. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. You have a B setup to the downside on your Maverick radar. Okay. But this is a little bit of a risky play because we are stacked on zones. We have a zone here, we have a zone here, we have a zone here. So you could get some, especially on a Friday, you could get some friction here. Okay. All right. All 5 traders are voting bearish. You have a B set up to the downside. Red background, by the way, red background. Bears are in control, but you're going to hit, what I tell you, when you have zones stacked, you hit friction. And you can see the friction right here. Okay, down confidence arrow. Love seeing this. We are now below the Maverick guide. Okay. We're coming into the last minute of the 5-minute turn. But this is how these indicators are just guiding me, giving me the confidence. All 5 traders being bearish. And then these low scores. Okay, low scores. So this could get volatile. This last minute of the 5-minute turn. Let's see. We could whip up and get stopped out. Could get whipped up and then come back down. But I don't want to risk too much here because we've already made so much progress on just 2 trades. So let me pull this mic up a little closer to me. I want you to pay attention to your Maverick radar. We've had a B setup this entire time, which I am so cool with a B setup to the downside. The ultimate trading assistant is going through our entire checklist. It's beautiful. Okay, push, 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 baby, push. All right, we're gonna get friction right here. So I just closed it out. See these? You have 2 stacked zones. So we just gotta be cautious with this guy, all right? Especially the first minute of the new 5-minute turn. All right, so we only need a couple $100 here. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Because we only need a couple $100 to get our $50,000 in funding. I'm gonna go to micros. Okay, because there's no reason to risk a ton of money here, right? Okay, and on micros, let's see if we can push past. Okay, this 5-minute turn, it's about to become a white time. There we go. And it's struggling here, but let's see if we can get into, so you got these stack zones. Stack zones, I wait for a little bit more of confirmation around stack zones. Because yes, these scores are weak, but they're stacked on top of each other. And that can add strength. Now we do have a hot pink candle. Pink candles are your strongest downside data candle. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. You're starting to wean. Look, the market's deciding, do we want to give an A+ setup? See how it's popping in and out? Do we want to give everybody an A+ setup? So I'm just going to risk a small amount getting into this trade. Okay, see how we have this friction? These are weak zones, but you have two stacked on top of each other, and look how it's wicking off of there. You still have downside data. All 5 traders are still voting bullish, but why take the drawdown? Why not wait for, maybe we wait for an A+ setup and we wait for, a lot of momentum to the downside. Could we get in early here and probably survive this and then it come down? Yeah, probably, but there's no point. There's just no point. Why not just sit on our hands? We just need $200, okay? $200, and we're gonna have ourselves another $50,000 in funding that we can make money on, because you can't make money on an eval. You're not funded yet. We got to get funded, okay? Let's see what CL's doing. CL's getting hung up here on these zones right here. This zone here. Now I'll probably keep pumping up, but I feel like ES is our best shot. ES just looks like it wants to continue to the downside. All right, guys. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this, especially here, because it looks like it wants to continue down. You have a B set up to the downside right here. All 5 traders are still bearish. They're all bearish to the downside. But you have these stack zones that we just probably need to get through. So I'm just going to keep watching it, and I'll pop back on to the mic when we get, hopefully, just our final trade. We'll just trade micros. All right, hot pink candle. Love seeing that. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. But we're going to reserve judgment because we're in that first minute of the new 5-minute turn. A+ setup on the Maverick radar. You have 2 stack zones, which can add massive strength when you have 2 zones on top of each other. Think about, a thin piece of wood, not very strong. Now you put another thin piece of wood, you pretty much double the strength, of course, right? So we have to be very cautious here. A lot of manipulation the first minute and last minute of a 5-minute turn. So we're going to sit on our hands. We're showing rich downside data, but look, it's starting to come up because you're within that first minute of the new 5-minute turn. So remember, we only need a couple $100 here to get $50,000 in funding, okay? So I'm going to risk very little on these trades here. I'm pretty much looking for this to break, and then I'll jump in. See? Look at this friction. Look at that. two zones, one piece of wood, not very strong. Two pieces of wood, double the strength. That's what happens when you have two zones stacked on top of each other. So many folks don't have the Maverick zones. They're drawing their little support and resistance levels, and they have no idea of the scoring, the strength, the whole nine. So we're going to continue to sit on our hands. See what CL's doing. CL just rejected. All right, guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you get two stacked zones, this thing was coming up like a freight train, and then you had two stacked zones, and look at this one candle. This is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm going to sit on my hands the next 2 minutes because, you know, the first minute and last minute of a 5-minute turn. Woo, look at it. It took all morning to come up to this zone. All morning. This is almost 2 hours of price action it took to go from this zone to this zone. And damn near in one 5-minute candle, it's retraced almost all the way back down. That's insane. But what's cool is you saw two zones stacked on top of each other, and you said, we're not going to take a trade into these two zones because that's double the strength. So we're going to hit some major friction, and you could see this thing was just flying up for 2 hours, hit it, and now you've 2 hours of price action is being undone in less than 10 minutes. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. All right, so we're starting to get a red candle here on oil. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. If we can get a nice pump down. Here we go. Oh, I'm only in one micro. All right. Got a B set up to the downside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant right here. B set up. All 5 traders are voting bearish across 6 time frames. Okay. And can we get a little bit more of a push? I got to cover commissions here, guys. Even though it's an eval, they still charge you like fake commissions. So I want to do a little bit more, pushing into this weak zone here. 44% score. If we can get a nice little push. I got my stop loss at break even. Boom. There you go. There you go. Let's see, because they're going to hit me for commissions and stuff. There you go, guys. $53,000. We just passed our eval, and we're going to get our $50,000 in funding. All guided by the Maverick indicators. Hey guys, Maverick here, just jumping on after the fact, and just wanted to show you the email that we got at the end of the day here from apexfunding with confirmation that we passed the $50,000 eval challenge and are now funded on this account using what? Look at this. I could have held on to it. Doesn't matter, it's an eval, but look at this score. Let me do here. Look at this score. 37%. This is a weak score. This is coming down. All 5 traders are voting bearish. You got a B set up to the downside. This zone is bright red, meaning it is prime for breaking. Prime for breaking. So listen, we just made our we just got our $50,000 in funding, and I don't want to say it's that easy, but when you have amazing indicators and you get used to using them, passing an eval isn't that difficult. So if you're struggling to pass an eval and become funded, if you just maybe this is all new to you, if you just want some edge in the market, whether you're trading futures, whether you're trading crypto, whether you're trading stocks, whether you're trading options, whether you're trading on NinjaTrader or TradingView. Come check us out, all right? Not financial advice, do your own research, never any guarantees in any market, but you just saw in just a few trades us getting $50,000 in funding. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And now you're getting hot pink candles. Love seeing that. Look at this. If you see pink, it will most likely sink. All right, guys. So listen, if you want edge in the market, if you want clear vision on your charts, we would love, love, love to help you crush it. Come check us out. MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.